Hello, TikTokers. Have you ever, I'm just going to go straight into it. Have you ever asked for something or prayed for something, and as you've asked for it or prayed for it and it hasn't come, you doubt yourself and you kind of ask again and you ask again, especially in terms of prayer. You ask for maybe a bill to be paid or um, yourself to be healed or well, whatever it is you're asking for, only you can know that. But you ask, and then once you've asked, you don't really, in your heart of hearts, believe that it's going to be fulfilled. You don't really believe that what you've asked for is going to be honoured. You hope it is, but you don't really believe. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep asking. I remember somebody saying that asking in prayer is like sending something by the mail. You can only send it once and then it's delivered. You can't send that same package over and over again. That's a bit like prayer. When you say and ask for what you need and what is important to you, you just have to ask once. Now, why did I talk about this? I was thinking about the man who approached Jesus who had a child who was dying. And he said to Jesus, Jesus said to him, look, I'll come and have a look at the child. And he says, no, don't bother to come and look at the child. All you've got to do is say the command from where you are, and I know my child will be healed. He had faith to believe that by asking Christ to heal his child, there and then that child would be healed. He didn't need Jesus to go and visit the child, nor did he need to keep pleading and saying time and time again, are you sure you're going to come? Are you sure you're going to, are you sure you're going to heal him? Or question him at all. He asked him once and he believed and he had faith that in asking his prayer would be answered and what Jesus said would be honoured. So a lot of times when we doubt ourselves, that doubt makes that experience or whatever it is we're praying for, it doesn't allow it to manifest. Our dreams, our hopes, our prayers can only manifest through blind faith, through unwavering faith, through just putting it out there and letting it happen. I remember a friend of mine, she drove somewhere and she parked the car and she got a ticket. And I said to her, oh my goodness, you're going to have to pay £60 for that ticket. She says, no, I'm not. She said, God will take care of it. And I remember coming away and thinking, how ridiculous. Of course you've got to pay for that ticket. You parked in the wrong place. And I'm not saying this will work for everybody, but her faith was unwavering. And when I asked her if she ever had to pay for that ticket, she said no. They didn't even write to her about it. So all I'm saying is that, in these times when we're so full of doubt, I think the society we live in creates doubt. It's always changing. Everything changes all the time. People that are around us cannot be trusted. And what happens is that because they can't be trusted, it kind of builds up that kind of fear of not being able to trust in us. And when that lack of trust is in us and lack of faith, you can't pray with conviction. And so you can pray every day. But is there any conviction in your prayer? Or is it because you've been so hurt, beaten down, taken advantage of, that your spirit is weak and you cannot fully commit to your prayer? And that's why your prayer remains unanswered. Sometimes you have to believe, have an unadulterated belief that when you ask for something, it will be answered. Ask and it shall be given. Knock and the door shall be opened. It's doing in faith, nothing else. So when you are not, when your prayers or whatever it is you're asking for is not being honoured, just look at yourself. Look at your spirit. Feel your spirit. What is it telling you? Is it fearful? Is it weak? Is it tired? Is it disappointed? Is it resentful? Has it had so many knocks that you really do not have the energy to cry out with conviction? Sometimes we cry out, but in crying out, because we're not focused on what we really want, we have a whole heap of things that we're asking God to help us with. And God needs just one direct instruction. He can't be wading through all of these different things that you're asking him. When you're asking God for something, it has to be clear and direct and concise. But when you're in that emotional state and you're crying out, oh, this has happened and that has happened and it all worries me and all this always happens to me and that happened yesterday and this happened today and I don't know what to do about this and I don't know what to do about that, and you're just going on and rambling on. God will hear you, but when you're thinking about answer to your prayer, what is it amongst all of the woe, amongst all of the disappointment, amongst all of the pain, what is it specifically that you want? What specifically do you want God to answer for you? So yeah, we can cry and we can reach out and we can implore. But if it's not clear, you cannot get an answer. So be direct in your prayer. Be committed. Have faith that it will be answered. And do it in a way that is unwavering. Just like that man, he just said to Jesus, I know that just by asking you, you can heal my child from where you stand. And then off he went. Didn't turn back. Didn't second guess. And that is the way we need to be. Not second guess ourselves, not wonder. There shouldn't be no hesitation. I think that's all I'm going to say for now. I hope you found this helpful. And that's all. Bye-bye.